What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas MA, looking cute, looking clean. You can see through my shirt, got the Hulk on it, so you know I'm looking sexy. And I'm with the boys on a Thursday. It's just a fan. How y'all boys doing today? Uniqo.
It's a beautiful day.
Day.
Even though circumstances around the day might not be the beautifulest day, but we woke up. You can't complain. As long as you opened your eyes, you gotta love it.
At this point in the day when we're recording this, man, it wasn't the best day for some people. We got them in our prayers, but we here today on Thursday.
Here on Thursday.
Can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, and as we know, prayers to the families of those victims that happened Tuesday, which is today for us. I always remember if you're into the Bible, James 2:16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and fear, notwithstanding ye give them not the things which are needed of the body. What does it profit? What does that mean? Your prayers and well wishes mean nothing if you can do something about it. If you can't do something about it, keep praying. So
Yo, Zell made with the verses.
I mean, no,
literally.
shout out to you for giving the Bible way more credit than you gave Socrates. And secondly,
You can tell he's a black man in America. If there's one thing they've been in that's there, it's Jesus.
and also man, that was a good quote. So yeah, man, shout out to that. And thoughts and prayers. That's
Only verse from the Bible I remember is the one in Pulp Fiction that Samuel L. Jackson says before he. Y'all know the one.
we know the one.
Yeah. As I said it, now
I was like, dang, Bible be slapping, yo. And then I got those
And now
verses
Miss
of you-
Pressure after
Old
murdering
Testament was
somebody.
way more lit than the New Testament. New Testament was kind of weak sauce compared to the Old Testament. Give me fire and brimstone. That kind of Christianity was entertaining.
I didn't ask you a goddamn thing. After you that tough after drinking a Sprite and eating some Whataburger? That's what's up.
yo,
Big Kahuna
Yeah.
Burger.
Yo,
Big
Old
Kahuna
Test-
Burger.
Yeah, it was good.
Old Testament like the 90s, and New Testament like 2022.
New Testament is modern day. Okay,
We still writing it. We still writing
This-
it.
God, you saying God hit his PC phase? He was like, I need to chill out. I mean, I've been hitting y'all with mad plagues. I know I've been sending 17 winged angels to smite boys and stuff. I know
I
it's
turned your
getting
girl
wild
into
out
some
there.
salt.
Hey,
Your girl
hey,
is that's a
I
box
know
of
I
McDonald's.
know I
fries.
kicked y'all into eternal suffering for taking a bite of an apple, but I mean, we lit still. Come on.
King Saul, if you don't kill these women and kids, but they women and kids,
Yeah,
it's like,
I was
okay,
saying,
David finna take his spot, get him out of here. He didn't do what I
He
said.
was making them mark the door and baby's blood and stuff. I was like, dang, God is a real. That
God is real.
Black Air Force energy started
Well-
with him. He is, if he's the creator of all, he came with Black
Well,
Force
technically,
energy
hey,
before
you know what they
anybody.
say? He had his son. So once you have your child, you kind of ease up.
That's what they
I
say.
guess. Why ain't he?
That's still
He
Black
let
Air
him do
Force.
him
energy.
bad. He was simping hard.
Yo,
He kind of went out looking like a.
hey, it's about love in the New Testament. You know, we about love.
Hey,
I've been seeing in the New Testament.
if you look at other faiths, their deities be about the business a little more consistently. Christian God is a little wishy-washy. He seems fickle to me, but
Now,
these other gods,
you know, y'all know Tori like to get smited, so you know he's trying his best
I like to respect everyone's cultural beliefs.
until he gets smited.
I don't know. Hey, if we go on who wrote what first, I mean, there's a couple religions that outpaced Christianity by a couple hundred years easy. So
Maybe thousands, but that's cool.
yes, you I was trying to be generous and not, but
we just a fan. We love.
These people. Hey, listen. Listen.
A fan of
some of the
history.
best pop culture is religion based. We're gonna talk about it today. We got Zeus on the docket.
Yeah.
We do.
We got a whole god butcher on the docket today, people. Like
Who took
this is
this
a
nigga to
legendary
media class? Who took him to media class? That was good.
No, I'm just saying.
good.
I
That was good.
I thought y'all saw it. I thought I was setting it up pretty
That was
decent.
good. I like that. That was.
I was about to say, I was like, because Gorr's like, I think he's the biggest thing on the list we're talking about, in my opinion.
Yes,
so
he's gonna be on the.
I figured.
Christian Bale. Speaking of gods, the Thor Love and Thunder.
Yo,
Christian Bale and atheist.
We see yeah, that was a funny meme on Twitter if y'all ain't see this.
I'm ready for the Gorr is right memes. They're coming because he even hit them with the lines in the trailer. It was lit. I was like, oh. The only thing when we get into it, I only had one real complaint, and it's gonna be something super nerdy, and I don't care.
I'm excited. Where we starting at today?
You know, we're gonna start off with Thor. Let's start off with the big topic, the thing y'all all here for, the thing that everybody wants to talk about. The big commercial happened during the basketball game on Tuesday night. A blowout that most people didn't watch, so you had to wait till it got on YouTube because that game was absolutely terrible. 18-1, and then you turned the game on.
It hit YouTube pretty quick.
It did. They had it already ready for YouTube. It came out like a minute after.
It was in the Dropbox already, most definitely.
Yeah, so
schedule.
But Thor Love and Thunder came out, and it was probably the best trailer of any of them because I laughed and I got excited about seeing a villain that actually looked serious that I expected. And but can we know what you want to talk about. Christian Bale looked amazing as Gorr.
Only thing they could have done, I wish they'd CGI out his nose, and he would be
Baltimore.
If they did the
Baltimore.
If you go look at Gorr, that's the only thing I feel that was missing from doing if you were trying to do a live action version, because I've seen people saying they wanted the tentacles on.
No, I don't think. I think that's CGI.
No,
I watched Doctor Strange too.
If they'd have Voldemorted his nose, I think he'd have been perfect. But he looks beyond.
Yo, I know it ain't gonna be no mistakes in this thing, so that's why I'm excited. Because
is this gonna be a voiceover for Christian
Bale? No,
that's him,
bro. That looked like Christian Bale. Like he lost a lot of weight. He just a skinny.
That looks like him, only as Gorr the God Butcher
with yellow eyes.
All Moon Knight costume.
Yeah, bro.
All Moon Knight costume.
The contrast.
No, he didn't have no CGI. He only thing they did was saturated. They added a lot of saturation. Yeah. Oh my God, that's
the only CGI might have been with like the clothing, like how his cloak flowed in certain scenes.
Other than that, that's
well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my big complaint is how plain we're making the all black necro sword look. Okay, it's way more gnarly looking than the little bit of it we saw. I'm hoping maybe Final Cut will get a more comic friendly sword, but like I said, my only complaint was super nerdy, so we're gonna get it out the way. I need the sword to look a little more, but Christian Bale don't be missing, bruh.
And everybody was like, I wonder how is they gonna give him no time? Like, no, it look like they gonna give him time. Like they gonna tell the whole story every time.
I was gonna say, it looks like they're gonna let him cook. If they show you that much in a Marvel movie, usually there's way more than what they're showing you, unless it's the Illuminati.
Can I ask y'all this? I just want to ask, because I know we talked a lot about Gorr leading up to the movie, and there was just some things that obviously, Tori, you wanted that. I'm gonna ask y'all, did y'all know that this was the movie they were gonna do that with? Like y'all said this is the one it had to be, or is this a surprise to y'all?
Well, yeah. If Phase 4 is going the way that I feel like this grand scope they're doing. It's sort of with the characters they have left that they had announced they were doing properties for. I think this was as far as Thor goes, this is probably as big as you can get leading into it, because like I said, after Gorr, there's all roads lead to Null, people. Like we're about to get the first envoy of Null in the series. Like we're about to get him on screen, and he's looking to be amazing. So
Zelmay, did you I know we talked a lot about it, like our theories and what could happen in this Thor. Is this the movie that happens where we got a Jane in the multiverse and all that? Zelmay, did you expect Gorr to pull up?
Oh yeah, they been
this quickly.
Yeah, they had Christian Bale on it, so they kind of going. It's
Christian Bale doesn't mean no.
Yo, when
that doesn't just automatically mean no.
Bro, he couldn't be he couldn't be no superhero because they ain't gonna get him that regularly. Because Christian Bale, I feel like he was sort of done being that regular time superhero after the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So it had to be somebody that they could use. And then, like I said, he's a stepping stone to. Because, like I said, they already brought in with them already bringing in the Celestials. Who is it that comes through and turns the Celestials into dinner? Big Papa Null. He comes from the primordial void, and he makes everything his breakfast, from planets to stars to. But we're still years away from that if it's happening. But Gorr the God Butcher is an amazing first step, and they should CGI out his nose.
Zell made 0 out of 10. How much did you expect? This is going to be a two-parter. 0 out of 10. How much did you expect for it to be Gorr to come in this quickly?
Oh,
and then 0 out of 10. How excited are you
two
for
stories that matter? So it's
Yep.
yeah, to come.
That's fair.
He got
That's fair.
Gorr and
That's fair.
he got the Odin Force. You got to get the Odin Force. Them the only two stories left.
But Gorr's got to lead into that.
Yeah, that is true. So you only have like 2 more stories left where you get All Father, Rune King. I think he's gonna probably get Rune King in this one.
Yeah,
so.
and if they but see, once we get there, that's when we get into the plausibility of Null being a thing, because now we're getting on to like real. I know everyone's hyped on Wanda right now because of the movie, and Wanda's a beast, but there's still a couple people left around, that more than a couple, if we're being for real, that could give her the old spanking, and I'm excited to see some of them get used.
We don't know who owns Null technically. So
yeah,
is that still in because of Carnage?
Because of Venom. So most people.
I mean, what, because of the symbiote?
I was gonna say, because we know a piece of the symbiote did get left behind in a Marvel universe from Spider-Man, correct? We saw that in No Way Home. We know that there is. So if there's a symbiote, there has to be. If there's a symbiote in the universe, there has to be a Null. They all came from him. So
it's very interesting. I have no clue who owned it.
Yeah, it's kind of who owns the IP.
Mostly because it came out in 2018, but Silk also came in. By the way, I still can't believe they put Silk character in this show. That's still wild. If you know Silk's story, whenever she see Peter Parker, just knows shit.
They're trying to make money off of everybody, bruh. They're like, Kevin Feige can do no wrong, so you just any property you want to touch, go ahead.
She makes She-Hulk seem very modest, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
to say the least,
we can.
She was a hyper-erotic '90s creation, though. I'm pretty sure. So the '90s is when comic books got real sexy. You know what I mean? Everything was grunge and tight leather and ripped and.
We getting into Invincible territory at this point. Then it sounds.
I 100% doubt Disney go all the way with that. They might
with that name.
Yeah.
Silk, for the people that don't know, it might get confused. Silk is a female spider who, when she sees a male spider, has pheromones that goes insane, and they gonna have to, because both of them will.
They gotta get it on.
Like it has to, because their pheromones attack each other as spiders. Like some reason they made it off real spider. Even though Silk, technically she was a real spider, would eat Spider-Man, but
yeah, I was gonna say she'd have had to kill him afterwards.
But it don't quite go that far, but they get close. They get very close to that.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting character, but like I said, we don't know who owns Null. But I'm excited we got Gorr, and
I'm pretty sure Marvel has to own Null, bro, because he's a comic exclusive.
We did see the God Bomb. I'm pretty sure that got to be the God Bomb, right?
Yeah, it almost has to be. I don't know what else it could.
Sword can destroy planet. It might could. I don't know how they can go.
No, the all black necro sword is a beastly weapon, but it's not quite
people
that.
Don't know about. If you saw the trailer,
so that has to be.
Gorr did destroy a planet on Thursday.
Yeah. I still think he's gonna pull up on the Egyptian gods, and that'll be our Moon Knight tie-in. He'll pull up in the Overvoid.
We see Bass there in the thing in the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, we
So
and we got Zeus correct, or that was Odin.
That's Zeus.
that
Odin
was
just
Zeus.
passed away.
That was Zeus. Odin's
Well, technically
gone.
he'll
So
be back, and I'm pretty sure they'll bring Thor back and
Yeah, I
everybody be
would say
back
he'll come
again. But
back, but right as of Ragnarok, he was
yeah,
done.
that's why I said they only can do 2 stories, because when they gon' Thor gonna pass away because he ain't gonna keep doing this, and then they gonna have a new
Yeah.
Thor, because that's the way Ragnarok works. It goes in a circle, and once everybody dies,
Yeah,
everybody comes
I would
back,
say.
because gods can't technically die. They just come back as a new person, and then we gonna probably get. And
Reincarnation
then
at
we'll probably
work,
get the
folks.
story with what's they call the ancestors that make it go over and over again, and all that stories that like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Those are
I
not
think
really
I know
that
the
good,
story.
so I think they'll probably try to rework them another way, but they'll probably be cool. You probably get Hela's Loki daughter or something another way.
Yeah, as it is regularly.
You'll probably get more of that once they start.
I mean, technically, Odin's horse is Loki's son.
Yeah, you ain't got none of that, but
There's a lot of creatures that humanoid people made. So
I mean, the world serpent's Loki's kid too, and so is Fenrir.
correct.
But
Loki had a fetish for turning into animals and then sleeping with other animals, and he didn't care whether it was male, female. He was just doing whatever.
yeah, so we got a lot.
I watched
There's a
the
lot
wild
to talk
videos.
about. We also saw a haul of all the legends from Eternity to the Watcher to the Living Tribunal. Jane Foster was in the hall holding up the spear, and they showed all those people. I think they had Infinity.
Is that a multiverse?
Oh, that's the.
Why are we getting into
That's
time travel at this?
That's the cosmic super being.
That's like all that. That's all the heaviest hitters in each single universe.
Each
They have
single
Eternity.
universe.
I think they said that's Lady Death that was there too.
Yeah, but we won't know until. But that would
looked
make
like Lady
sense, even though it kind of sucks that. I see why they brought her in after Thanos was gone, because they didn't want to do the whole Thanos is a simp for Lady Death. Even though I feel like that's one of his best character traits, is that he's literally trying to clap Death's cheeks for most of his days.
You would have
Like
to
he's
kind of
like,
own
man.
Daredevil 2 to make it work at that time, and they didn't.
Yeah, true,
And
true.
then you realize why, and then that'd be the reason Daredevil is immortal, because he took his death away, so he can never pass away. Just so he can never be with Lady Death, because Thanos is so.
Yeah, but you said Daredevil, but what you meant to say was Deadpool.
Dude with red suit.
Yeah,
one of.
I was gonna say that they do look similar, but yeah, because Deadpool been slapping Lady Death cheeks, and Thanos just crying behind the curtain like, "Man, I'm gonna get you one day." I got a helicopter with my face on it. That's the only thing Thanos was missing was the Thanos copter. I always want the multiverses,
so it's in Loki. That was fine.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh man, the Thanos copter was so lit, bruh.
Thanos just riding around.
Tell me you wouldn't fly around in a. Could you imagine Uniqo and the Uniqo copter?
No, but I can imagine Peter Griffin in a Peter copter, and that was my first introduction. No, he just had the Peter copter, and she was like, "How do you keep affording these things?"
Didn't he have a blimp too?
A lot of loans.
He had a blimp.
Didn't
he had a blimp.
He did play for the Patriots a year, didn't he?
But you know, Bill Belichick didn't pay him, so.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, how did Peter keep getting plays? He played for the Patriots.
Hey, it happened. But I'm excited.
What it did for Tom Brady.
Like, do we have anything? Is Captain Marvel coming out before Thor?
I hope
or
after.
Next, like July 8th. So it's less than 2
months. I was gonna say Thor's coming. I might actually go see it in theaters.
What's the next Marvel?
Miss Marvel?
Or
Marvel
MCU?
Come out in about 2 weeks.
That's what I was asking, Miss Marvel.
No, okay, were you talking like TV show and movie?
They're connected. They're connected to me. So which next? Because we know Disney's about to go crazy.
I think Miss Marvel does come out before Love Thunder.
Marvel, you have a lot of competition going right now. Because I'm telling you right now, they hitting back to back now. It's starting to get back to back to back. I'm thinking,
Disney Plus got it right now.
It's Miss Marvel. Then right after Miss Marvel is that movie, and then like less than a month later, you got She-Hulk.
But Miss Marvel could be hit or miss. Let's be honest.
Nope, not going with that. I can't go with that until they miss.
Bruh, is Kamala Khan that interesting of a character?
Who knew that Moon Knight was? I just met Moon Knight. I just met him.
I did. Moon Knight be killing.
I just met him.
That pedigree though going into it. Kamala Khan not so much. She's stretchy though.
But this one won't be quite stretchy. She's gonna look like she's gonna get one of them little bands and then have power. I think they mixing her power with that band. Yeah. What's it called? One of them Infinity bands.
Oh, see. Okay, well that would make sense if they're gonna do Fantastic Four. You might not want to have two stretchers
Kevin
at
Feige
once.
said the reason he said it in the thing. He said I didn't want that power because that power fit in the '60s when it was made, and with everything that happened now, it might not.
See, I thought it was okay. You're talking about the actual power in general. I thought we were talking about. I was like, Kamala Khan was not a '60s creation, was she? I thought she was way later, but the power.
I think he said Miss Marvel. Can you remember What was Kamala?
Well, Kamala Khan's not the original Miss Marvel. I didn't think.
Came out when she came out.
I thought Carol Danvers, and then there was somebody before her. Because wasn't Carol Danvers Miss Marvel before she was Captain
2013 when it was called the planes and all that and how people treated. He said that was the reason why he didn't do that story. I had to just look it up real quick.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was like Kamala Khan was a recent character.
So they said they want to make it more recent, which is they go for everything instead of trying to live off the thing. Even though I'm interested to see how it works, it could work, it could be terrible. I'm not gonna.
Let's go. Yay, diversity.
To be fair, I always say this, Disney does they do their tokenism, but they do it like various, like bro, Netflix and HBO just go full out on tokenism.
Oh yeah, they pander.
Like, people claim Disney do it, but Disney like have 13 seconds in one movie every time. Like it's 13 seconds of this thing you don't know.
They gotta remember Disney did a whole racist period too back in the day. So
I don't even think when I'm watching Disney stuff, I really don't think about their ethnicity. Like the only time I thought about ethnicity for their stories is when it was Princess Tiana, and I still haven't seen.
I know you got a picture of all the ethnicities of Disney princesses, bruh. I know,
but I wasn't like Pocahontas is Indian, so I'm watching this movie. I never was like,
and like half the stuff, but you gotta remember the people that call Disney woke are like psychopath, crazy people who are a little bit out there. I'm just saying, because
if they knew Walt Disney's still frozen underneath Disneyland, living off the bone marrow of Cuban children.
It's the same people that say Disney woke is they owned by China, yet they the one movie company that literally barely any of their movies ever play in China.
And China's like literally the least woke country in the world, or country.
Or are they the most woke because they're socialists?
Well, it kind of don't fit the narrative because
it does not fit. It does not fit. It does not fit a narrative.
Doctor Strange 2 probably.
When you start limiting the number of, when you start limiting breeding of your people, socialism might have got a little too.
All I'm saying is 1.5 million people watching the movie for Doctor Strange might not have happened because the movie didn't appear in China. So yeah, and Eternals didn't either, so it didn't get to 1 billion. So Spider-Man kind of did because, of course, they told him to take out the scene with the two moms, and they're like, "No, we not," which clearly goes against China thing. So,
it's funny.
An interesting concept.
It's funny thinking about China though, because did y'all notice how President Biden, he was like, if China invades Taiwan, we gonna get in there physically, but we didn't say that the Ukraine over there is still waving like, hey man, if you guys want to intervene over here physically, that's fine. Meanwhile, we're like, yo, China, you leave Taiwan alone, or it's gonna be bad news, Buster.
Yo, we just shout out to y'all that got offended and left the video, but.
Oh dang, my bad. I got a little too political. I'm just being honest.
Freaking Disney so woke, they gonna fail now. Crap. It's so woke. I'm like, bro, they so. I don't know which one either they for China. You more China. You align with China more than they do, but it's.
I mean, if we're being honest, they're like, oh, we owe China a lot of money, but if we want to be completely honest, we got so many guns. If we don't want to pay China, we ain't got to.
Man, what else are we just a fan of?
Zeus. Which Zeus is better?
Hey, I'm just a fan of politics sometimes, and we have went completely off the rails, people.
Yeah,
We're gonna turn it back
Which Zeus
around.
is better,
Yeah,
Joe?
just
Joe, which Zeus is
seeing
better?
Yeah, which Zeus do you care for more?
I just want to say that the Zeus in the Snyderverse, because I'm gonna break it into 3 Zeuses. Zeus in Snyderverse was a primitive version of whatever, and then they came down here and did what they did, and he looked like the nigga from 300. That's not the Zeus I've ever seen in my life. I might make it 4 Zeuses, and then we got Zeus from the MCU. He just seems to be like a beer drinking guy, and I told you guys that.
I thought you were gonna say original Disney Zeus, the Hercules one.
Oh, he's coming. Okay. And then Zeus from the MCU. Because I'm gonna put him in the same window or bubble as the Zeus that I know. That's
I like womanizer looking Zeus though. I can't lie.
I just think because I think they made him a lot like Odin in this one.
Really?
I feel like from like a body shape, like I'm just an older dude. I drink a whole lot.
Zeus
you
is.
know?
He's a fat swan that walk around.
I was gonna say I liked how they made him like because Zeus was a mad glutton and all the thing. He was turning into eagles to have affairs so his wife wouldn't find out. Think about all the women that got smited by Hera because Zeus was turning into different animals to give him the thing. Turning into bulls, turning into eagles, turning into who knows what.
But I've actually seen.
No wonder Gorr's coming for everybody. Zeus probably did some foul shit to Gorr's mom that we don't know about.
I've seen Zeus be incredible though, and that's where I'm like, I think that's where some of the controversy.
Original Hercules Zeus, bruh. He was buff.
I think that's where. And that's kind of in your lane too, Tori. I know that you big on like comic book lore, like stay in that lane.
Oh, I was talking about like the Disney, the Hercules cartoon back in the day.
I got you. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna just get this off real quick. I just think that I've seen Zeus be awesome in Marvel Comics and be a god, just be the king of everything. And like, yo, the gods need to be respected. Although y'all love these mutants and all that stuff, no, it's still gods out here and they do stuff. And so we've seen red hair Zeus. We've seen him shut down stuff. We've seen him try celestials. We've seen him do all types of stuff. And then, yeah, you do got the Zeus god. The Zeus from like kid Disney, animation Disney. He's different.
Yeah.
And then you got the one.
He was like a super buff grandpa. He was lit. He was throwing lightning bolts, knocking down titans.
Then you got the Zeus. Then you got the Zeus from I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get it back together.
Actual mythology.
From actual mythology. And
yeah, that Zeus was crazy.
That I feel like the Marvel comic Zeus is the best representation of Zeus.
He castrated his dad, bro.
But like if the thing is Disney Zeus. You can't make Zeus hardcore like the real Zeus is. It would be interesting.
Look at how hardcore they got with Multiverse of Madness. I mean,
they're making him a glutton. It feels like they're making him a glutton, but he's probably like he hold weight. And
gluttons can be violent.
So, with that being said, I my favorite one's got to be the comic. Like my favorite, like if I want to be like if I had to put my life on something, it would be the Marvel Comics Zeus. And then as far as power scaling goes, probably like the mythological Zeus. I know this is supposed to be between because the Snyderverse Zeus was cool, but that's not how we've always seen Zeus. Zeus is not King Leonidas.
I always equate
that's
how you like Marvel Zeus. I've always equated Marvel Zeus to how cool Marvel Hercules was. You know what I mean? It was just because
that Hercules is a much better story in a sense than the real Hercules.
Hercules and Amadeus Cho is one of my favorite comic book lines. They were the funniest, like odd pair in comics to me for a long time.
So that's my Zeus is the Marvel Comics one. I'm intrigued to see if they let him flex in the MCU. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Are they gonna let him? He's
just gonna be fodder for Gorr.
Because again, they didn't really let Odin flex.
No, the MCU wasn't a big enough place for him to flex yet. If we're gonna be for real, like that would have. Yeah, they're just now getting to where we can let Skyfather show off a little bit.
That's fair. I can rock with you if you're saying the Zeus in the Odin that we want is just not time for that yet. I can give you that. I can give you that.
Because you're thinking when did Thor Ragnarok and like the first Thor movies where we saw Odin first, that was like what, 2008, 2009. So the MCU wasn't like the power scale wasn't on levels to where we thought we were shocking boys out yet.
So that was just straight up what do you want to say, comic relief in a sense. I just really feel like that, like I said, they didn't give them enough room. Because y'all told me about power scaling. Just a quick recap. Y'all said the power scaling back then, it was pretty much just comic relief or like, I am your father, hero. So now it got me thinking, do we got Hercules in the mix? Is he in the fold? I'm intrigued.
That's one thing that I have been wondering. Do you when or do you ever throw Hercules into the mix? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because that's been Zelmay's whole thing, is that he thinks we're going into Secret Wars. So if we're going into Secret Wars, Hercules plays he's a minor spotlight character, because Secret Wars is such an expansive storyline that who knows who we can get.
MCU Zeus is Zeus. That's who I felt like he's Zeus. He a little sloppy. He got old. He ain't prime no more. He got a bunch of beautiful women around him and some dudes. That's Zeus.
He's living the Greek style. We know the kind of lifestyle they purportedly lived back then.
He's let me flick, which was funny. Yeah. It's all get out, and then everybody, you flick too hard.
Yeah, you flick too
hard. But to me, it looked like he. By the way, I'm pretty sure if he got serious, that you saw how strong the flick was. No, he flicked his fingers, and the man caused the wind. He said, "Flick."
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
So imagine if he were to swat or throw a punch, like.
And he even did it as a joke too. Flick. And he took the man's clothes off and called him that way.
And that's sort of saying something for the movie power scaling, because like I don't know how many effortless like strength feats in the MCU do we really have that were like that laid back? You know what I mean? So that could be setting a kind of crazy precedent.
And the man caused a giant wind, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be really OP.
Yeah.
We did see Valkyrie have his thunderbolt at the end, which is very interesting.
Yeah. No sign of Beta Ray Bill though. Little sad about that.
I'm pretty sure if you go by the comic books, they're gonna have all kind of different Thors fighting him. Because it's the only way to go.
Yeah. Like, man, Beta Ray Bill's always my favorite though. And where Thor's got Stormbreaker, and we know that eventually in the comic books anyways, Thor gets Mjolnir back and Stormbreaker goes to Beta Ray Bill. So
to be honest with you, I hope what this movie is gets a lot of expedition on Gorr. And then, I'm pretty sure they got to, right? You can't just have a man just walk up and like,
yeah, like he's not the villain that you can just sort of throw in there and not give people, because he's not super well known. So you're setting the precedent for him here in this movie on whether we're gonna take him serious or not.
Because at one point when he came out and he had the regular lines, he looked like he wasn't battle scar, and then at the beginning when he first showed, he had like a scars on him all over the place. So I think
So it sort of feel like we'll get the flashback segment of why he hates the gods so much.
And he probably you see him kill the guy like he did in the comic book. That cool scene that's like a cover of the guy, like the big guy.
I still need him to change the all black necro sword just a little bit. It just looks so plain to me, but we only really saw the silhouette like that in the. Because I don't think we got like a full-on frontal of the sword at any point in time.
It looks like it's gonna be cool. Like I said, Zeus looks like he's gonna be OP. I don't think they're gonna get rid of him because Zeus is overpowered. Unless they want to make a real example that Gorr is OP.
I don't know if that's how they. Because I was thinking, what if that's how they set the bar with Gorr? Is him smacking down Zeus? Like killing a Skyfather sets a crazy precedent for how nasty you are in the universe.
By the way, that place, I forgot what they called it, but the place with that Jane went with all the cosmic beings is called something. A hall of like the hall of cosmic. It's something like that.
It's not the Hall of Wonders, is it? That is something different.
It's actually in Thor's Gorr story when he went to find out all the gods are missing, and it tells you about all the gods.
Yeah.
Thor library with all the.
There's so many illicit pieces of geography and Marvel.
I'm looking up the name so we can get through, and then we're gonna move on to something else because a lot of people. But yeah, this is probably one of the trailers that got me most excited because I think a villain is actually cool.
Yeah, and like I said, if you've been watching any of our stuff, you know how hype I am off of Gorr and anything Null related. It's literally been one of my favorite comic lines in the last decade, easily.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're going like a little bit of old school on it. I'm trying to see what its name is. Jane Foster's ability to like the shard looks like it's controlling the shards of the thing of the Mjolnir. Looked really good.
Yeah, controlling the pieces of it. When she was like, "Let me get that hammer."
I'm trying to see what's it called? Let's see.
Yomir?
Oh no, I'm looking for the name of this hall.
No.
My bad. He
was looking for the place where they showed all the like the Watchers and the Living Tribunal, where Jane actually goes. The actual name of the
Hall
place.
Of something. I don't know.
I would say I know it's the Hall of something, but
y'all let us know in the comments. I have no clue what it is right now.
I would say someone out there knows.
I just stopped thinking about her. Like there was a point in time we just stopped thinking. She was gone for so long.
But
yeah.
And then y'all just decided to bring back Padme Amidala.
Well, she was gone for 8 years.
When they decided, when Amber Heard ruined the next Pirates of the Caribbean, Natalie Portman had some time free up. Or is that Keira Knightley? They look the same to me.
Man, Keira Knightley, bro.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We got a quick topic. Let's go over the quick topic list. I know y'all. I hope y'all like the new thing I'm doing right now, the little new intro thing. But Big Sean been trending. Why? Because they say he is on the 4th on the list of the 2010s class of the Mount Rushmore. I'm like, so if not Big Sean, who you got, Tori? So you know Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, and everybody's like, who is the 4th?
Yeah. Well, okay. So if you look back at the 2010, that was the very first XXL freshman class cover as well. 2010 was, and like that year, I mean, I think you just said it. We had Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Big Sean. I think for all the white people out there, Yellow Wolf might have been on that list. I don't know what he's doing now, but
you put him on Mount Rushmore.
I mean, if we're talking about if we're talking about the 4 greats from that era, like musically, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean. Who else? I think Future might have been on that list too.
He started in like 2000.
Because I know 2011 was the list that Travis Scott was on.
Would be good.
And 2016 was the last list where they actually had people who stuck. Because the 2016 list was Lil Uzi Vert, 21 Savage, Kodak Black. But yeah, Big Sean's sort of undisputed in my opinion. If we're talking the 4 from that 2010 run,
Chance
like currently,
Chance, bro. Chance was almost up.
Yeah, if Chance put out more music, if he had more music out, because whenever Chance drops, it's a slapper. Like since Campfire, like he's been putting out
that last album was terrible.
Dope music.
That last album was terrible.
He's one of the only God-friendly rappers to, if I'm gonna keep it for real.
That last album was terrible. Joe, who you got on this thing? Who was in your Mount Rushmore with the 3?
I'm cool off Chance. Like he just wasn't my cup of tea. I don't know. I just didn't.
So
I wasn't.
He got knocked out.
He's the.
But
remember, I think time they were trying to say that Chance.
I think that not Chance, but I think that Big Sean had a opportunity. It was there for him to
okay.
be, man, he
Be one of those.
no, he was like that, you know how Lil Wayne raps? He was like that triple double entendre guy for a second. He had it, and then with Kanye,
he had them doubles and triples on deck.
With Kanye, production behind him, I thought it was gonna be him. I ain't gonna lie, but
Good Music had the crazy roster.
Then it turns into
Rap
all
Caviar.
right, who we go to next?
Rap Caviar. Before I'm gonna let Joe get up, they put Nicki Minaj.
Hey, honestly, someone I might slide in there over him from that same class though that people be sleeping on, in my opinion. This just came to my mind. 2 Chainz, yo.
2 Chainz would be Titty Boy before that. 2 Chainz like
but I can.
Well, no, but we're talking about when we're talking about when they popped off. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Player Circle fan. Him and
like I don't know.
I don't
know
respect
because he is established.
I can respect.
I'm saying me personally. You ask my personal Mount Rushmore.
I'm talking just from that era, the people that came in from there. So I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. As a mass perspective,
I can respect Nicki Minaj for 100%.
I didn't even think about that.
If anybody were to put her on that Mount Rushmore, I wouldn't argue it.
I'll put
I can respect it.
I think Control kind of took Big Sean out of it.
It's crazy. I was just thinking that. I was like, I might put Nicki ahead of Big Sean, bro.
Nicki definitely, if you tell me
her consistency rate is just, she drops and hits even if people don't mess. She got a real fan base.
I'm not gonna argue it, but wasn't long enough.
I love Wale because he's a wrestling fan, but
it just wasn't long enough. But let me throw. I'm gonna throw mine out. Let me throw mine out here. Let me throw mine out here. I'm gonna let y'all say whatever y'all want to say. Man, Kanye was cooking.
Oh, that's correct. No, I think he's a little earlier.
I'm sorry. Kanye cooked until Life of Pablo.
Kanye is before there.
He came in this era.
Kanye was an integral part of the Dipset era. We wouldn't have got Cameron Come Home With Me without Kanye, bro.
And I know y'all expect, I know y'all expect for me to come on here and say Kanye.
Kanye was going off in like 04, 05.
Hold on. No, I can't. No. Let me tell you, Kanye's timeless. But now if you tell me, if we start talking about 2000s, Kanye is not in the conversation right now at this point, 2 years into the 2020s. But I'm just saying, but man, was Kanye on one of them?
Kanye had 3 classics by then, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
he had graduation and like I said, we forget Kanye literally gave us the Dipset era, bro.
That
whole run Jewels and Cameron and Nori and all them went on. They wouldn't have had that without Kanye.
So with that being said, here who takes that off here's who takes it for me. Tyler, the Creator.
He fits right. I don't know because I feel like
where are we at? 2022.
I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, because if we're talking 2010 to 2020, Tyler fits that because Odd Future really popped off 2011, like ass milk period.
I mean, because we can start getting into the group, but on some real stuff now. Hold on.
I saw Odd Future live back in the day, yo. Before everything was all super. Back in 2011. Rode in the car a retarded amount of hours.
So here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at. I got that much respect for Nicki Minaj that now it's Nicki Minaj
over Tyler?
and no. I'm doing Nicki Minaj and Tyler the Creator need to be on that Mount Rushmore. Who do you kick out?
That's where I'm at. J. Cole and Drake. Okay, so the real question is, do you kick out Kendrick or J. Cole? Because Drake gotta stay.
Drake stays. Every one of them in one album.
So do you kick out Kendrick or J. Cole? I kick out J. Cole.
No, we can get on Kendrick because of his discography, but we can do the same thing with J. Cole. It's not like they just came out with
exactly. So that's
Kendrick
a
put
preference
classics
thing.
out. You can't take.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
Kendrick
you
over
took
J.
the
Cole
classics
for
out.
me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like
you can
two-
take
like
J.
in-
Cole out
like
for
in-
me because I ain't listened to.
Like in the 2000s,
Yeah,
you ain't.
So Joe's saying his would be Drake, Kendrick, Nicki, and Tyler. That's kind of that because him bringing up Tyler, I'd put Tyler over Big Sean, and I'd put Nicki over Big Sean, and I'd put Nicki over J. Cole. I'd definitely put Tyler over him too.
Nicki is a
so, yo, Joe might just made my like. If we're talking the era from 2010 to 2020, that could easily be the 4 biggest rap artists. Even though, man, because we're counting Lil Wayne as before that, even though his mixtapes were slapping.
1990s, dog.
I know he was way before that. But the Carter 2 was 2002.
So I mean, given that precedent, I mean, man, at the top of Mount Rushmore, it's got to be Tyler.
I agree with Joe. Subtract Big Sean and J. Cole, add Nicki and Tyler.
It's got to be and Drake stays. Who'd you kick?
Yeah, Drake can't go nowhere number wise, bro. Like you can't.
Drake got
it. Drake outdid the Beatles, bro.
So Zelmay,
I think Long Run Youngboy can be one of those ones you have to put up there number wise too. The amount of the volume that Youngboy. I may not listen to his music all like that.
Hold on. Who you got?
But that's what I was saying. If we talk future,
Zelmay, who are you taking J. Cole out for? I mean or
are you leaving him?
I mean that you leaving in. Who you leaving him in for? Based off of what we
question. I gotta believe.
Okay, so he just kick Big Sean out and add Nicki, so it'd be Drake, Kendrick.
We gotta do honorable mention, and we gotta put Amigos in there because early 2010s they did in there.
I don't know though because they're a group.
I can agree that they are.
I'm not putting them on them.
You can argue it.
Mention. I ain't putting them in.
No, but they did have a whole era, because if you're talking 2010 to 2020, I mean the Migos had smashes from in 2011, and if we're really talking about that, think about Chief Keef, bruh. 2012 is when I don't like. 2012 is when Don't Like came out.
That's I'm sorry, not a long enough streak for me, cuz.
I know, but I'm talking about like cultural time-wise impact. Think about it. You wouldn't have Brooklyn drill right now. You wouldn't have these genres that are popping off to the forefront if Chief Keef didn't blow in 2011.
Future here, let's see when Future debuted.
That's what I was thinking because I know Future was.
I want y'all to know this.
Started in 2010, so he's got to be honorable mention too.
No, Future is
but who would you put Future over? Who are you putting him over? Over Nicki, Kendrick, J. Cole, and
I gotta put his name out there. I gotta put his name out there for the people because y'all can argue.
Well, I mentioned Future when we first started this.
Future is niche, okay? He's not global like that. Like
I don't know, March Madness says otherwise.
You trying to tell me that Future? Okay, Future can't go to Amsterdam and have a good time.
Future, bro. It's incels all over the world, Joe. I know some people in Korea that's like incel dudes that listen to Future. They don't know what he's saying, but they know it's toxic. That's all.
Hey, do you know how many Japanese album reactions I saw to goddamn Kendrick?
Love him over there too.
It was
hey, that love.
Yeah.
Well, they're much deeper people. I will definitely give you that.
I don't know. They live on an island. Their worldview is very small culture wise. When you live on you got to think when you live that secluded. Think about their whole country. We got states that are bigger than their whole country, bro.
I'm trying to think of somebody else. He did mention Chief Keef, who'll be in the honorable category too.
I'm tweeting that. I'm tweeting out my
like, today. The landscape now there's no arguing how Chief Keef shaped today's landscape of music. I don't think you don't even get the SoundCloud era really without Chief Keef.
We do have The Weeknd. But we don't consider pop.
The Weeknd's not a rapper. About rappers.
I thought we were talking about rappers.
What would you consider? He started off rap and then he went pop.
No,
like left it.
Miss me with Post Malone on anybody. If Post Malone's on your Mount Rushmore, you're tripping, bruh. Because I don't even count Post Malone as a rapper, bruh.
I mean, you talking about
wasn't. He was singing on the hook. He sung that whole song.
You talking about in a world where there was and I'm just saying this real quick, but you talking about in a world where Mike Posner had 2 years.
Mike Posner wasn't a rapper to me, in my opinion, though. Really,
a 2010 ranker list.
Like, he did some weird little soft melodic bars with his singing, I guess, but that's something I equate to most singers.
The list of greatest musical artists of 2010: Kendrick 1, Kanye 2. Well, we don't consider Kanye. He had 3 classics before 2010.
Hey, Kanye solidified his spot a long time ago.
In 2010. You can't be on multiple Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I would say, because he, like I said, Kanye popped off in like 2006 for real. After he had done
My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy came out in 2010. That's 3 classics before 2010.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was his third. That was after late registration and college dropout.
It's all over 3 of them. It's 3 classics. You already established, no.
Yeah, like he was that nigga already.
J. Cole is 10th. Tyler the Creator is 12th. Drake is 18th.
12th.
That's dope.
Drake is 18th. They're saying musicians.
25th.
Or like entertainers.
Yeah. Hey, if they're saying music, Tyler the Creator should be way higher because his attention to like melodies and like music in general is just stupid.
That's the list of rappers. Jay-Z 44th.
Oh.
We're not considering that.
Bruh, if y'all don't mind a quick trip down memory lane. Goblin 2011.
Fire.
Wolf 2013.
Fire.
Cherry Bomb was, that iffy one.
No, Cherry Bomb was a good album sonically. There was not a bad beat on that, even if you didn't care for Tyler's subject matter. Niggas hate on Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb was a decent album.
Flower Boy in 2017 and Igor in 2019
was almost a masterpiece.
All classics.
Bruh.
That's number 1 on Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry, y'all. And then with the cosign.
If you really want to go back, Odd Future.
No, we don't gotta go back. We don't gotta go back. We just started.
Bro, go back to Asshole.
I don't need to go to.
I'll go back to Tyler's flagrant stuff. His
we don't need to go back to MySpace either. We don't even got to go back to MySpace. We just talking about the 2010s. 2011. It started there. My man's got 5 albums.
Well, I'm just saying there were good ones before that. As the collective, Oldie's one of the best songs ever for multiple people on it. There are like 12 niggas on that song, and everybody still sucks.
Hey, it's Jasper, not even a rapper.
Only on this beat to make my racks grow faster. Got a TV show, so I guess I'm an actor.
I'm just saying. So that's where I'm at on my Mount Rushmore. I think Tyler eclipsed everyone because all them people we said that's the OGs, Lil Wayne and who the other boy we said.
Oh, Wayne.
Damn.
Kanye.
They appeared on his albums on like 2 of them, both a piece.
But very true. Technically in the 2010s,
hey, I ain't never nobody
like to do platinum with no feature. So it's kind.
Like I said,
I listened to one album, bro.
So right after I got out of high school, so it was people for me. You know what I mean? Tyler's always gonna have he's in my top 5 no matter what we're talking about.
Overall, the hip hop Mount Rushmore, most people argue who was 4th. Some people said Big Sean. I was shocked that Big Sean was on that. No offense. I'm like, Nicki? Future?
We got a new.
It didn't sound crazy at first, but after you really thought about it, it was like, dang, Big Sean. I think Joe said after Big Sean didn't capitalize on Control, I feel like that was the beginning of the downfall. When we let Kendrick wash everybody, when Kendrick came on there and washed everybody on that whole song,
Big Sean, Wale,
we still talk. It's literally you can just say that verse, and you know what verse.
And the Control verse too. So you mentioned it too.
Exactly. All the people that he mentioned in the Control verse are either still popping or were popping for a veritable time after that.
But that's because he didn't rap for 20 years.
Exactly, but that's because he quit and then wanted to beef with Joe Budden and come
But
on,
and then
you done wasted
like
your
as
gas,
Kendrick
my
said,
boy.
you other new niggas don't get involved, so they ain't involved in this. Another
Yep.
quick topic.
Like that is, bro, that's such a timeless verse, even though it's so time specific with all the names mentioned, but it's still timeless, and that's the magic of Kendrick.
I have
That's
never
the
seen
magic of
nobody
music.
shake the whole hip hop industry as much as he shook in that section. And I've been watching hip hop since none.
Ain't nobody done it since. Kendrick's the reason you don't hear features all like that. Niggas be afraid somebody's gonna get on their verse and destroy them like Kendrick got on a verse and destroyed
second to Drake
8
before
other
that. I
people.
remember that. He was called second to Drake. They were like, Kendrick had good Kid Mad City,
Bro,
but that's the only
exactly.
thing he ever put out besides Section 80, and people wasn't really Section 80 was more of a deep album that
No, I hate how people
Section 80
hated
was
on
amazing.
Section 80 back in the day, and now they're gonna be like, oh, it's a classic. It was a classic back in the day too. Y'all just wasn't. It went over a lot of people's heads.
Because that was not quick, but we talked about it. I said it was a quick time, but it wasn't.
No, there's never gonna be a quick talk about rappers, especially if I'm
Monkeypox.
involved in it.
If you, so monkeypox is happening, Joe. Your thoughts on monkeypox?
Out here killing mad birds, yo. That's what blew my mind. Monkeypox.
Joe, you muted.
You're muted, Joe.
No, you are very muted.
He's saying the wildest stuff ever, just so y'all know. Cancel him. Joe, you can't say that about women. It's 2022, bro. What are you doing?
That anybody can get the monkeypox from the monkeypox. Period.
That's all we need.
Dang, that's deep. Animal husbandry is dangerous, people. Remember.
And also just know that the CDC is trying to give a special shout out to the LGBTQ community and telling them to especially watch out. So I don't know which way they're going with that.
And see here, the thing it's killed the most of is birds, if I do believe. I thought I saw an article that said monkeypox had killed more birds than anything.
Joe muted,
which is kind of crazy to me.
Taurus, your thoughts on the monkeypox?
Hey, Joe just getting mad controversial out here. He got bad stuff to say that y'all don't need to know.
Yeah.
I ain't apologizing to no communities after.
But I need y'all to understand that that's a cosmetic thing, and so when you can actually see something is happening to people, that's when people tend to care. So people are going to take care about this monkeypox thing, but I feel like when they had the whole COVID thing, like that's just a bad cough, blah blah blah.
You basically get monkeypox from sex.
Yeah,
kind of hard. It's kind of more controllable than an airborne disease that anybody can get easily.
Yeah, that's true. If a rubber can save you, you should be. Because there are plenty of people that wish that they could have got by COVID with a condom. And here I was.
They stay strapped, everybody. Your mask is.
Stay strapped, man. That's the only.
I'm vaccinated and boosted, so I ain't.
That just let us know that people 70 and over were having way too much sex.
Hey, at that age, what else you got to do that's really going? We all trying to go out and get Kevin Samuels in 2022.
Snoo all day.
Y'all, hey, did y'all see that? Hey, I'm always saying that. Did y'all see that girl? Kevin Samuels wasn't playing. That was one of the baddest Latinas I've ever seen in my
Somebody said Dr. Umar tripping if that's the only girl. If you don't want that girl, Dr. Umar tripping.
Hey.
She got a fatty.
I know he's probably mad. He was like, brother Kevin out here.
Let's go to a second quick topic. Twitch gambling. Let's go.
Man, I'm here for it.
For y'all that don't know, SQC is a Twitch streamer. He has been given a lot of money. Yes, he's the
very big one.
Get 100,000 a video, gets paid a ridiculous amount. 10 they said millions of dollars a month.
Just go look at his subscriber counter. Like, that's the thing about Twitch. If you want to know how much money somebody's really, go look at their subscriber counter and then go look at how much a Twitch subscription costs. And that's not counting like Amazon Prime, because you get a free Twitch Prime if you get Amazon Prime and all that. But still,
I don't know if Joe got a pay.
Exactly.
You can use it on me if you can't use it on Joe. But use your Twitch Prime. This ain't even this is YouTube. It's a super.
I use YouTube. I'm on YouTube Prime.
Comments, so you can hit that super thanks and you can support us through.
I'm on YouTube Prime. They're paying us
and all this stuff. XQC is the biggest besides Ninja. Ninja about still the biggest ever because he was making $5 million off of credit code, and that's not even counting his sub.
And you got people out there like Moist Critical too. He made, I think he making $2-3 million off of Twitch.
Yeah, so you
like,
making money, but he, Trainwrecks, and a few others are doing slots on a gaming network where they stream gambling. And the big issue people said is that they admit that gambling is wrong, but they say they have an impressionable audience, so they shouldn't be gambling. And Twitch shouldn't support, not necessarily get rid of gambling, but show the risk of gambling. What they mean by the risk is that don't allow sponsors.
Does Twitch have an age restriction thing like YouTube does?
13.
No.
13 and over.
You go right on here.
But you know the back of it.
I guess I've never just signed
you
up and read everything because I was already old enough.
Yeah, terms and conditions are always where they get you.
And if a Twitch person catch you, you get permanently banned. So. But
okay. Well, I only watch Twitch from time to time, so I don't be knowing.
Is that gambling is something? It's a game, so you can do it, but they should stop sponsorships. Therefore, they lose money. Therefore, when they lose $5 million, they actually lose it, and therefore and they're not just losing pre-allocated funds. That's one argument. Some people say it shouldn't be allowed at all. I don't know. Twitch is not going for that, so I don't know if they'll even stop at the middle gap because Twitch has apparently got a price too. As Miss Kiff said, like I said in the video, Miss Kiff is a big streamer. He said Twitch has a price too, and they make money off this. So they said, hey, just stop sponsoring.
Y'all trying to see Miz Kiff versus Belle Delphine in a boxing match?
Beat up Miz Kiff.
I was thinking that too. I was like, I saw a little Twitter interaction between those two. I thought about it when you mentioned Miz Kiff.
Only thing about it though is
funny fight.
The only fan girl that hang around Miz Kiff might jump Bella. He got
Hey, but Nick, people gotta quit playing like Belle Delphine ain't the queen of Twitter coming back, bruh. Like,
back to the gambling. Essentially, they want to stop gambling.
She gave
YouTube
these e-girls life.
Gambling. They don't sponsor that. They don't support that. If you do it on stream, you can, but you'll be 18 plus and you won't make no money because you'll get that little red check mark. You'll get that red check, which we have gotten once on one episode.
I probably said something crazy
about Skittles and people. Yeah,
gummy bears. Oh, yeah, classic.
Twitch gambling.
Let them go. Do it. Hey. Where the brat? Where the? Just like Tank said today when they asked him about, how he feel about going in on LGBTQ pride and all that stuff and singing songs and stuff. He said, "Where the bag? Where's the bag? Gambling? Bet."
Yeah. Well, they're getting to it. They getting to the bag.
That's where I'm at. And it's gambling. So I gamble my money and y'all pay me to gamble too. Oh, let's go.
No, that's the thing. They pay you and then you gamble their money. That's the thing. So it's literally risk free. You're getting paid and you're gambling with credits from the site.
Not a problem.
Sure.
You don't got to threaten me with a good time.
I got to go with Joe on this one, man. I ain't never one to question people getting their bags where they can. I mean, if you're going off the precedent of it's setting a bad standard for these kids, we could be starting the next line of degenerate gamblers with this. Yeah. I mean, at least the information's out there now to where like you know that these people are getting paid to do this. Like, they're not risking their own money at this point. So you literally know if you decide to do it, you are risking your money. No one's paying you to gamble. So, I mean, get it how you live. I don't see, like I said, if it's public knowledge, like we all know it is, that they're getting paid to do this, then you can't blame them when other people decide to do it without the same financial backing. That's on them.
There's some people arguing,
in my opinion.
Some people's like, you got an impressionable young audience who might decide to take up a habit.
And that is true.
And life is a gamble.
And by the way, the one addiction
most
that leads
definitely
to the most harm is gambling. 1 in 4 people that go broke end up committing heinous acts. We don't want to say the word, but yeah, so it is very serious at the same time. So people like playing. So SQC argument was playing games too long bad. You gonna stop playing games for a long time? Like gambling, playing games is health wise in the future. Gambling, you can lose all your money today, and it could be it. So it's a little more of a risk. So I understand why people are like real passionate about it, cause especially if you understand your fan base and know you got a lot of young people on it. I can understand.
That is true. Maybe a disclaimer, like we all like. I mean, that's sort of the American way. If you throw up a disclaimer, what can they do?
That. So Twitch got that, but that's all they require.
Well, I mean, if there's a disclaimer, then, bruh, I don't know what we're talking about. But technically, legally,
the age of Twitch viewers are less than 17.
Morally, it's a different story. I understand. I'm also a scumbag, so.
They say your typical age of these people be 16 and 17, and you start them at 16, 17 gambling. And gambling is very addictive, by the way. Like, if you start and you win the first time, that's why they give you a free run, though.
In Indiana, we play a game called euchre, and we do that from probably age 12, 13. So,
but specifically, people are talking about slots. They're not talking about poker or something else.
Spades and dominoes are big ones.
Gambling is gambling. You put something on the line, gambling is gambling. Period.
I definitely shot dice for the first time in elementary school.
Oh, we shot dice in the student center in high school all the time.
Yeah.
Right by the pop machine.
We were shooting dice on the playground like that's a little different. Back in the day with no money.
I'm sorry. Slots
you
is
put
very
money in there. Yeah. Are you? Well, slots are different because it's like you gon'.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit a bitch. I'm gonna hit a bitch.
Poker's like if I ain't good enough to beat you and play the cards right, it's like more of a competitive. Yeah,
I can bow out.
Yeah, skill based versus pure luck based is different.
You can play it and you can bow out. You can play the game. Spades the same way.
But but at the end of the day, with cards, it's more of an odds thing than anything because you know how many cards are in a deck. You know what I mean. So even though card counting is illegal, people. So just remember that. But statistically, it is a.
Ain't nobody make your intelligence illegal.
Yeah, so poker's a little bit. So I know I'm looking
that is
at
crazy.
A poker tournament. He said he thinks Twitch need a band sponsorship from things, and they like you had a poker tournament. I'm like, it is a little different, but gambling is gambling at the end of the day. It is. So you had a poker tournament. You had SQC in your poker tournament. Yeah. Some people call me hypocrite for it. Y'all can let us know your feelings on.
I think Voice Critical was in that tournament too. There were a lot of big Twitch streamers.
That's gambling too, but it's more skill based than a random.
Mr. Beast be having poker tournaments too, but I don't think they be televised. He be having them down low ones for the real crazy money.
Last thing we got, Hunter x Hunter is reportedly back based off some random Twitter feed information of
that Murata follows. So
y'all believe it's back? Because I didn't. Because in 2000,
I want it to be true.
I thought it was back. I think it did come back with a little like one panel, and then they stopped, and I was like, "What y'all stuff?"
Well, the last official chapter release was in 2018. But he did have a 7-year hiatus before that release in 2018. So it was 2011, and then he came back in 2018, and now he's been gone, and it's 2022. And
his father gone, father or something, was that? Or that
no, he had some kind of disease, I thought. Oh, in 2011, I think it was like a family thing where he was taking care of a family member or something. And then the hiatus in 2018 was health-wise. But I just think it's crazy that we're going this crazy because a random Twitter that was just made, maybe, and like I said, this could be Togashi's Twitter, but they need to verify it. But the fact that we went, and these could be storyboards, because I think they said that they were allegedly pictures for storyboards for these 4 chapters, which would be crazy. But we're all going off of this because the man who draws One Punch Man follows this Twitter account. That's what started all of this. And because Murata said that this is Togashi, which, I mean, if anyone would know, I mean, I guess do all these big mangaka hang out together? But we can hope it's true, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
What? Just I believe it when I see it. Like my boy Monray said, I'm gonna say that since he ain't here today. I believe it when I see it, and then I'll be interested to see which genre of anime he's gonna jump into because we just left the card genre or what the card captor genre. I don't know what the hell that was, but shout out to him. He is the genre bender. He don't mind having tournament arcs and card captor stuff going on. So end of the day, I'm excited.
Well, no, here's the thing: if Hunter x Hunter's coming back, if Hunter x Hunter's coming back, we already know where it's going because we know where the last chapter stopped. They're obviously we're going into the Dark Continent, which is why everyone's so hyped that it could be coming back because this is the legendary place that built people like Chairman Netero and Jing and everybody, and we've been on the Black Whale 1 for almost 10 years now, so we're ready to see the Dark Continent, and I mean this could
probably
be it.
Equivalent to the dark tournament, and end the show, man. Y'all honestly, y'all can end the show.
Shout out to Top Gun. They said I feel a lot of people saying the best movie they ever seen. I might go see it later on. I might wait till
not paying to support that.
All right, we appreciate y'all. This has been a long show because it was a good one. I appreciate y'all. Probably had to edit some of it out because I think we repeated a little bit, but it's cool. I'm probably gonna edit this out too. It don't matter.
I was gonna say this one might have been a long runner, but
yeah. Joe, what can they find you?
UniqoWilliams.com. Y'all can also catch me in the third quarter of this game because I'm pretty sure we started at halftime of game 3 yesterday.
Tor, what can they find you?
You already know AfroCummy765 on everything. Being a menace in all of your favorite internet slums.
Below Linktree podcast, all that stuff. I appreciate y'all. Peace.